We have a great episode for you guys. We've got Multper's brand new multi-tool. We've got a classic from Gerber that you may have never seen before. And we have a very unusual SwissTech multi-tool that is, well, it's very different. Let's get started. Now, this is the Multper, and what Multper is doing, as some of the other multi-tool brands are doing, they are taking older designs and trying to revive them. So this will be a fairly old design that has been around on Amazon for a very long time. As long as this channel has been around for the past 3, 4, 5 years, this design has been around, but Multper has tried to breathe new life into it and make it even better. When I first started getting into multi-tools, it was due to an HVAC job. I wanted something on my belt that I could easily access many tools at once. This tool right here, or a similar version of it, was one of the first multi-tools that I really enjoyed carrying on my belt. Now, this is definitely a pouch carry. This is not a pocket carry. This is pretty heavy. I like the design of the knife, and I still like it. It reminds me of some of the Buck pocket knives. The bit driver, pretty nice. Now, these take standard, very long bits. They come in a pack like so. These are extra long 1/4 inch bits. Now, the ones from Byberry Day Camping, the double-sided, do fit in here, but again, they go pretty far down, and so the bits that are included, you actually don't store the bits in the tool. You take it out of your pouch and pick the appropriate bit. I don't know. I don't really like that extra step, but that's what we have. Knife, bit driver, scissors. Let's go ahead, check out the scissors. As I remember, if I remember right, these scissors are pretty good, but we'll see. It's been, yes, wow. Again, these are scissors. You pull them out. You don't have to hold them any special way at all. They just cut. Love that. Love that, love that. With this is based a little bit on the Baron Sons design. There's an unlocking tab right here, sort of like the new Ant design. Multi-tool has that on their little modular system, the Zen. But yeah, on the opposite side, a bunch of smaller tools they have packed in here. Serrated blade. The large one on the opposite side is the saw, can opener, this is a fairly long bottle opener, flat screwdriver. I think it's a fairly nice complement. All the tools are locking, which is really nice, but it is a heavier tool. Now, what Multper has done, they did send this to the channel. So again, thanks to them for sending this to the channel. But in my view, they have tried to base it off of the color scheme of the Leatherman Arc. I see a lot of design cues there, but they have tried to definitely upgrade the looks of this, and it does look a little bit better. Then spring-loaded pliers. I don't know if you'd really call these wire crimpers at the bottom. I don't think they come, together enough to really be called wire crimpers. Spring-load pliers, the replaceable wire cutters. The pliers look okay. There is some sort of rough tool marks here at the bottom. This is only a $25 multi-tool. The pouch is fairly cheap, fairly standard. It does have this elastic place in the front. Sometimes it will sort of snag on the bits, and it might be a little bit hard to get in and out, but it's fairly standard when you have bits in a pouch like some of these brands do, like so. Overall, I do think it's still pretty good value, but let's go ahead and weigh it, and I think that's one of the big areas where it may frustrate some people. All right, grams, we've got 323 grams. or 11.4 ounces. So it is a fairly heavy tool, almost as heavy as the Leatherman Surge. Now, I was trying to find some of my multi-tools that were a little bit cheaper. There is a Felissa design that is a little bit smaller than this one right here. It does not have the outside bit driver. The blades are a little bit smaller, but it is very similar, and I think it came in around $18 or so, but it's not the exact same design. One that is pretty much the same is this Meritech right here. Looks pretty much identical if we get the bit driver there. I think this was around the $20 mark, somewhere around there some time ago, but prices have changed. It's designed a little different. If you look at the plier head, they have added the replaceable wire cutter. So there's definitely been some upgrades, some design changes. The handles have changed. When we look at the internal or the external tools rather, I don't think, well, actually, yes. You can see that there's been quite a bit of upgrade. These are very shiny tools. They look very cheap, where this one actually looks made better. So I have to take that back. Multper has actually done a lot to upgrade this tool. They've taken the same basic design, but actually upgraded the internal tools. So I do like that about this tool. Very, very nice. All right, so let's go on to one of these tools, and Jan Holmes from MultiTool World actually has been a bad influence on me. He keeps trying to buy all these really cool multi-tools that he collects, and I've tried to stay away from that a little bit, but this was really hard to pass up when I saw this. This was a pretty good deal off of eBay. I forget what I paid for it, but I think it was almost the same price as a used MP600 normally. So when I saw this in the bright yellow, I thought, I've got to have this. This is your standard Gerber tool set, serrated blade, can opener, the Phillips that takes a bit adapter, lanyard adapter right there. All these tools are locking. The knife, screwdriver, bottle opener, larger screwdriver, smaller screwdriver, file. Yeah, so this is a really cool tool, but you'll notice it is already shedding some yellow paint, unfortunately. And here, let's see if I can get this to focus. Yeah, in here, as this mechanism goes up and down right here, it is shedding paint, unfortunately. I think on the outside it is already a little chipped up, but it looks really, really cool. This is probably one of the coolest Gerbers I've had, but it is a pretty awesome little tool. I think this is original from Gerber. I hope so. There is a whole lineup. It does say Gerber USA, so I think that is authentic, I hope. If you are interested in seeing all the other colors that Gerber used to make, definitely go check out MultiTool World and check out some of Jan Holmes' many posts on some of these pretty fantastic Gerbers. There was several fairly rare Terminator, Desert Storm versions, and a whole bunch more that he has. He's got a really nice collection. So recently I picked up this discontinued SwissTech Transformer Micro Wrench. I think it's probably a good idea it's discontinued. It doesn't look like it does a real great job as a wrench. It sort of has no place to stop. It just sort of slides there and you have to hold it in place. Hope it works. At this notch right here, you're supposed to be able to put this down all the way, slide your keychain in there, and then push it down. Now, it is a little heavy. On the sides here, you can use this for you can turn this flashlight on. That's pretty dim. Ruler markings. That's one of the big advertisements on this tool that it has. Then on this side is a pair of scissors that barely cuts paper. They don't look very good, but we'll try them out. Let's try them out on paracord. Again, these are tiny. Yeah, don't work. Well, I don't think they even cut paper that well. Very plasticky, this whole tool. You hope that you don't break anything when you move this back into place. Not a good design at all, but fascinating. Definitely different. This is one of those tools probably a lot of people don't have because they've already broken it, but I did decide to add this to my unusual and weird collection. The SwissTech Transformer Mini Wrench. Very, very unusual.